So what if I told you there was a system out there designed to tackle not just one, but pretty much all of our biggest environmental and economic problems at the same time? Well, that's the incredibly bold idea behind the Smaragd quantum loop system. And it's not some mandate. It's presented as a complete regenerative offer for the planet.
And this quote right here, it perfectly captures the mindset shift we're talking about. It completely flips our whole understanding of pollution upside down. I mean, what if our biggest trash problem, all that plastic waste, wasn't waste at all? What if it's actually a resource that's already done half the work for us, just waiting to be used to heal things? Just keep that thought in your head, because it is central to everything we're about to get into.
All right, so to really get the solution, we first have to agree on the problem. And the creators of this system, they argue that our current global model is just fundamentally broken. We've built our entire world on this paradigm of extraction, just taking and taking from the earth, with no real plan to ever give back.
The language they use here is, well, it's really interesting. You see, our current paradigm is all about extraction and explosion. We take resources, we burn them up in one big wasteful burst. The proposal? Regeneration and implosion. It's about drawing energy inward, creating value in these self-sustaining closed loops. So we're shifting from finite resources to infinite cycles, from waste and loss to zero waste and zero loss, and from these huge, brittle, centralized systems to smaller, much more resilient ones.
And this, of course, is where the Smaragd quantum loop system comes into play. It's designed to be that integrated answer. You know, the key idea is that we keep failing because we try to solve these massive problems one at a time, in isolation. The thinking here is that everything has to work together, in synergy.
That is a seriously bold claim from the system's pioneer, Daniel Dorr. But it frames this whole project in a different light. It's not a fantasy. It's a plausible, cost-efficient, and really actionable plan that's just being put on the table. It's kind of like an engineer's answer to decades of debate and inaction.
At the very heart of this entire system is something called the Smaragd formula, which translates to the Emerald Formula. You can think of this as the master blueprint, a complete program designed from the ground up for nature repair.
And this formula is built on 10 core levers, or technologies. You can see them here. Everything from pioneer hemp and special soil fungi to advanced solar, superconductor cables, and even AI. Now look, we don't have time to go deep on all 10, but here's the crucial point. It's not about any single one of these. It's all about how these 10 levers interact to create a system that has zero waste and maximum efficiency. That's the secret sauce.
So let's look at maybe the most ambitious piece of this whole puzzle, the energy foundation. We're talking about a massive engineering project designed to create a green energy backbone between North Africa and Central Europe.
Okay, let's see how this breaks down. Stage 1, that's generation. It happens down in southern Morocco using a system that combines solar and hemp to produce a whopping 20 gigawatts of power plus green hydrogen. Stage 2 is transport. This uses a 4,800-kilometer superconductor cable to carry both electricity and liquid hydrogen. And finally, Stage 3 is distribution, where a national superconductor grid spreads that power across Germany with virtually no loss.
And this is the absolute game changer. The total energy loss over that nearly 5,000-kilometer journey? Less than 0.5%. I mean, with today's technology, that's practically unheard of. It completely rewrites the rules of what's possible for long-distance energy transport.
And this just puts it so simply, right? This powerful promise makes this abstract idea of a global energy grid feel incredibly real. It means the energy that's generated by the desert sun in the morning could literally be powering a city thousands of kilometers away by the evening, and all that power would still be intact.
Now, let's circle back to that opening quote about plastic. That whole energy system, that's just the foundation. The real magic is how it powers a profitable model for cleaning up the planet, which the creators call the Earth Detox Stacks.
I absolutely love this concept, the riverbank gold mine. Yeah, instead of digging into the earth, we literally mine our polluted rivers. These collection nodes use a technology called flash joule heating, which is basically a powerful jolt of electricity to instantly convert all that collected plastic into something incredibly valuable.
So here's how that profitable cleanup actually works. Step 1, you collect river plastic. Now get this raw material has a negative cost. Cities will actually pay you to take it away. Step 2, you use flash joule heating to convert it, and you don't even have to sort it. Step 3, this creates something called turbostratic graphene, a high-tech material that's worth up to 200 euros per kilogram. And step 4, profit. Environmental protection pays for itself. It becomes a sustainable business, not a charity case that needs endless subsidies.
And they take this a step further with the talk stack principle. So we all know microplastics are bad because they absorb toxins like heavy metals, right? It's a huge problem. Well, this system flips that completely. It uses that property as a feature, treating the plastic like a magnet to pull pollutants out of the water. Then it processes the plastic and all the captured toxins together. The bug literally becomes the feature.
So as you can probably see by now, this isn't just about a bunch of clever technologies. It's about using that tech to build an entirely new economic and social framework, one that is regenerative by its very design.
And that leads to this idea of a Smaragd standard. So instead of basing our entire economy on a finite resource like gold or on debt, what if we backed it with things that actually prove the planet is healthy? Value would be directly tied to things like living soil, clean water, captured CO2, and renewable energy. Think about it. The healthier the planet gets, the wealthier our society becomes.
And this slide kind of shows how that logic scales all the way down to our everyday lives. The same principles, modular, resilient, circular, are applied to everything from personal transport pods and self-sufficient homes to entire communities. It's a fully integrated ecosystem designed for a win-win-win, for you, for society, and for the environment.
So after all this high-level, world-changing thinking, you might be asking, okay, but what does this mean for me? What's my role in this? Well, the creators are really clear on this point. This is not just some proposal for governments and big corporations. It's an open invitation to everyone. And they've laid out 4 pretty simple levels of engagement. Level 1, just read about it, understand the concept. Level 2, plant 1 single square meter of hemp. That's it. Level 3, start a local group. And level 4, share the information with decision makers. The point is, a system this big can only work if people actually choose to participate, even in a small way.
Which brings us to this final, pretty provocative question. After decades of relying on goodwill, on subsidies, on regulations, maybe the only truly realistic path forward is to build a system where healing the planet is the most logical and most profitable business choice you can possibly make. It's a radical idea for sure, but it's one that this Smaragd system proposes as a real, tangible offer.